Okay, so we're looking at Zane and Cynthia. There's the overview, the 2 hides outside, 2 hides inside. The most efficient way to do this search would be to just do a perimeter on each side, but I don't think Zane does that. So, nice presentation to the start line. I always like to see handlers connect with their dogs before they start, and that's certainly what Cynthia and Zane are doing. Zane's taking it all in. Whoops, so he misses the start line, and Cynthia didn't realise it. Doesn't matter for ABC, but something to think about in the future. Zane's trying to do a perimeter, actually, and while I don't think the leash is actually tight, he picks up the ground hide. Cynthia sounds a little bit unsure of that call. I think that was alert with a question mark. But Zane knew about it. So we're going inside now. It's hard when it's such a bright day to come inside. The transition is quite difficult. You can see by the door. But these dogs seem to be doing very well. If I remember rightly, it was pretty hot. So he's going to pick up the container. And very clear communication. Nothing wrong with that. So it's obvious he's in odor. He's just trying to work it out. Remember, this is a fairly contaminated place. Lots of puppies come into here. So he's just really taking inventory, and he's doing a very nice job. With single odor, all the odors are Birch, so there's a lot of convergence, and he's just trying to work it out. It's it looks like he thinks there's odor on the other side of this barrier, which of course there isn't, and he's just gone outside of the search area, but that's fine, it doesn't matter. He's maybe chasing something. So I think he's going to anchor back onto the container and go, okay, so wait a minute, that's not what I'm smelling, there's something else. And I think he goes back and gets it. No. The dogs are so used to having things on tables and chairs that sometimes they start to guess if they get a little bit confused. And he's guessing a little bit here, but Cynthia knows him well enough that she's not actually going to call it, which is great. Could have called that table, but I'm glad she didn't. And here we go. He gets it now. He's thinking he doesn't want to put his face under there. Interesting. And very patient of Cynthia to wait before she calls it, just to make sure. He can put his nose on it actually, and that's certainly what she was doing. So there is nothing else in here, so I'm not quite sure why we're staying in here. Oh, because she hasn't got a vehicle, that's right. So people get obsessed with things with wheels and ABC when they're looking for a vehicle. It'd be a lot of odor to put another odor in here in this small area. So we're going to go back outside, and he's going to go around the perimeter. The way to do this search really would be to force a perimeter search all around the outside and pick up whatever you can before going inside. The dogs are going to be reluctant to come back out into the heat, having just been inside. And he's thinking it's in that cooler. He's not really alerting. There is something about when Cynthia stops, he's very biddable to her, so he does stop and look at her. But she's very good at not calling it, which is great. He's been searching now for nearly 5 minutes, and I think you can see he's getting a little bit tired. But it's not much longer now. He wants to stay in the shade there, it's interesting. I hadn't noticed that the first time I watched it. And he should pick it up soon. Here we go. So he just needs to... Excellent job. Very nice work. really, really very thorough. Like I said, it would have been quicker and easier to have done 2 perimeters, but he did well. It was very nice work.